All right, let's give you the updates. My clock is ringing, it's 1 o'clock. I got a little heater going here because it's freezing in my shop. Come on, clock. Thank you. Apparently it's way off. Anyways. All right, let's give you a little update of where we are. I got a heater running in my shop in case you hear something. That's because it's cold in here and temperatures drop outside. Here is where our top is at. And all I've done since we saw each other last was I routed out this groove. And this is a marker of how thick close to the side of the plate's going to be. And I'll start sculpting off of that, but I can't touch this area. I'll then put the purfling in and such forth. Once again, if you haven't seen the violin videos for the Sitka violin, check those out, and you'll see all this explained. Here is our back with the same ledge. You can see if I can get in here close. You can see how much I had to lift it right there. Okay, so we'll always see that little seam, but I'm okay with that. But anyways, let's look at the next part that I got to do is the neck. I'm going to cut out a rough section for the neck while I sculpt these, and then I'll show you guys where it's at once it's kind of sculpted. And I'll fine tune it on camera maybe. But the blank for the neck just came in. Now to give you some context, this is the size of the neck I need to make. Okay, not super huge. But Zach sent me a piece of mountain ash, a limb, and here it is. Okay, and so I'm going to find the best grain orientation and grain patterning that I can for this neck. And sadly, I think most of it's going to be right here in the middle of that kink in the branch. I want it to go straight right there and then curl just like, if I can grab this template, like that, to where it, see if I can get that to reflect. There you go. So I want it to go straight like the neck and then curl back and keep that composure. But I'm going to cut it a little wide, a little long, so as that portion acclimates to Kentucky and dries more or less, we'll be good to go. This is already dry, but it's damp from coming from Alaska to me. So I don't want anything bad to happen to it. So I'm going to cut it, the rough blank, and then let it sit in plastic and paper for a couple weeks and weigh it regularly and make sure all the moisture is gone. But yeah, so we'll get this thing lined out and cut out. See what she looks like. So yeah, but I think that's where I'm going to try and get the scroll from. I don't know, there's some good patterning there. Okay, so I'll do it from this side and check. There's a little bit of curl here in the bend of this limb. I'm going to try and capitalize on that. Maybe some of the sapwood in the heel. It'll look kind of cool. So let me draw this out for a bit and then we'll cut it out. So I think it'd be most interesting to have some of this sapwood connect on the ends. And there's a lot of curl right here that it goes most of the way through the board. So that's what I'm kind of banking on, is this is the perfect spot. So this will be where the neck comes out of. But I'm going to cut it longer, but not too much shorter. Because if it gets any checking or splitting, it'll come from the ends here and I can cut that off. But I don't want to waste too much of that wood, because if I need to, I can get a plain mountain ash neck out of that as well. I can also get it over here, but that's the primary spot. So we're going to cut that first and see how she does.